It is 2. What is your favorite type of clothing? My favorite type of clothing is casual wear because it is too comfortable and allows for a relaxed yet stylish look. I am going to, how do you choose your clothing? When choosing my clothing, I am going to prioritize quality and fit. It is too important for me to feel confident in what I wear, as it significantly impacts my mood throughout the day. Take it easy. What is your favorite type of clothing? My favorite type of clothing is casual wear because it allows me to take it easy while still looking presentable. I enjoy outfits that provide comfort without sacrificing style. I am about to, how do you choose your clothing? When selecting my clothing, I am about to focus on versatility and quality. It is essential for me to invest in pieces that I can wear for various occasions. No matter what influences your clothing choices, no matter the trends, I always choose clothing that reflects my personal style. It is crucial for me to feel authentic in my attire while still being aware of current fashion influences. I will be able to, how do you feel about traditional clothing? I appreciate traditional clothing, as it represents cultural heritage. I will be able to explore more traditional outfits, especially during cultural events and festivals. Giving someone a hand, do you think clothing reflects a person's personality? Yes, clothing reflects a person's personality. Giving someone a hand in choosing outfits can help them express themselves better. It can be a significant factor in how they present themselves to the world. It can be, how important is comfort in your clothing choices? Comfort is very important in my clothing choices. It can be challenging to find the right balance between style and comfort, but I always strive to wear pieces that make me feel good throughout the day. I intend to, how do you stay updated with fashion trends? I intend to keep myself informed about fashion trends by following style blogs and social media. It helps me integrate new ideas into my wardrobe while maintaining my unique style. I prefer, what type of clothing do you prefer? I prefer clothing that combines comfort and style. It's essential for me to wear outfits that not only look good but also allow me to move freely throughout the day. How do you choose your outfits? How do I choose my outfits? I usually consider the occasion, the weather, and my mood. It may seem simple, but these factors significantly influence my final decision. It may. Why do you think fashion is important? Fashion is important because it can boost confidence and self-expression. It may vary from person to person, but for many, the right outfit can enhance their mood and make a lasting impression. I really need, what do you look for when shopping for clothes? When shopping for clothes, I really need to ensure that the items fit well and are of high quality. I believe that investing in durable pieces pays off in the long run. Know how to. What skills are essential for maintaining your wardrobe? One essential skill for maintaining my wardrobe is to know how to mix and match different pieces effectively. This skill allows me to create multiple outfits from a limited number of items. You should have. What advice would you give someone about fashion? You should have a few staple pieces in your wardrobe that you can rely on for various occasions. These timeless items can easily be dressed up or down, making them versatile and essential. It is up to, who decides what is fashionable. Fashion trends often emerge from a combination of designers, influencers, and the public. It is up to each individual to interpret these trends in a way that reflects their unique style. I am not really satisfied. How do you feel about fast fashion? I am not really satisfied with fast fashion due to its negative impact on the environment. I prefer to invest in sustainable brands that prioritize ethical practices and quality. How can clothing affect your mood? You can significantly impact your mood through clothing choices. Wearing outfits that make you feel good can elevate your confidence and positively influence your interactions throughout the day. How do you balance comfort and style? Although I prioritize comfort, I also believe that style is important. I strive to find clothing that fulfills both criteria, ensuring I feel good and look good at the same time. How do you think your style has evolved over time? My style has evolved significantly over the years. It would have been challenging to imagine my current preferences when I was younger, as I've learned to embrace more unique and bold choices. What regrets do you have about past clothing choices? I could have made more sustainable clothing choices in the past. Reflecting on my previous shopping habits has prompted me to be more mindful about where I purchase my clothes. I had to. What challenges do you face when choosing clothing? I had to overcome the challenge of finding clothes that fit my personal style while also being appropriate for various settings. This balancing act can sometimes feel overwhelming. Regardless of what factors influence your clothing choices, regardless of current trends, I prioritize personal comfort and style in my clothing choices. I believe it's essential to wear what makes me feel confident, rather than simply following what everyone else is wearing. You should. What advice would you give someone about dressing? You should always choose clothing that reflects your personality. It not only boosts your confidence but also helps you stand out in a crowd. I can hardly believe. What is your reaction to fast fashion? I can hardly believe how quickly trends change in fast fashion. It often feels overwhelming, as it encourages consumers to buy more than they need, leading to waste and dissatisfaction. Do not ever. What should people avoid when choosing outfits? Do not ever underestimate the importance of fit. Well-fitting clothes can enhance your overall appearance and make a significant difference in how you carry yourself. Instead of, how do you feel about buying second-hand clothing? Instead of purchasing new items, I enjoy exploring second-hand shops. They often have unique pieces that you can't find elsewhere, and it's a sustainable choice as well. I am tired of. What fashion trends are you tired of? I am tired of trends that prioritize appearance over comfort. Many styles look good but are impractical for daily wear, and I believe fashion should be both stylish and functional. As for me, how important is individuality in fashion? As for me, individuality is crucial in fashion. It allows people to express who they are and sets them apart from others, creating a diverse and vibrant fashion landscape. I think that. What do you think about the role of social media in fashion? I think that social media plays a significant role in shaping fashion trends. It enables rapid sharing of ideas and styles, influencing how people perceive and engage with fashion. In my opinion, how do you define your personal style? In my opinion, personal style is a reflection of one's experiences and preferences. It evolves over time as we grow and change, allowing us to incorporate new influences while staying true to ourselves. It's important to note that, what should consumers consider when buying clothes? It's important to note that consumers should consider the quality and sustainability of clothing. Investing in well-made pieces not only benefits the environment but also ensures longevity in their wardrobe. How do you shop for clothing? I usually shop with a clear idea of what I need. This helps me avoid impulse purchases and ensures that I select items that complement my existing wardrobe. What type of clothing do you typically wear? I tend to gravitate towards casual and comfortable clothing, as it fits my lifestyle and allows for easy movement throughout the day. What do you enjoy most about fashion? I enjoy exploring different styles and experimenting with new trends. Fashion allows me to express myself creatively and try out new looks that reflect my personality. What is your preferred fabric for clothing? I prefer natural fabrics like cotton and linen because they are breathable and comfortable. These materials feel good against my skin and are more environmentally friendly. How often do you go shopping for clothes? I often shop for clothes seasonally, as I like to refresh my wardrobe to accommodate the changing weather and trends. What styles are you currently into? I'm really into minimalist fashion right now. I appreciate the clean lines and simplicity of minimalist outfits, which can be easily styled for various occasions. How has your fashion sense changed over the years? I used to wear much more vibrant and eclectic styles, but over time, I've shifted towards a more refined and classic look. This change reflects my evolving taste and lifestyle. To be honest, what do you think about online shopping? To be honest, I have mixed feelings about online shopping. While it's convenient, I sometimes miss the tactile experience of trying on clothes in store. That's a good question. How do you feel about sustainable fashion? That's a good question. Sustainable fashion is becoming increasingly important to me. I believe that we have a responsibility to consider the environmental impact of our clothing choices. I believe that, what role does fashion play in society? I believe that fashion plays a significant role in society by influencing cultural norms and personal identities. It can also serve as a platform for social and political messages. For me, it's, what do you find most challenging about fashion? For me, it's finding the right balance between style and comfort. Sometimes, I feel pressured to wear trendy outfits, even if they aren't the most comfortable for daily activities. I'd say that, what is your opinion on fashion influencers? I'd say that fashion influencers can have a positive impact by inspiring others to explore their own style. However, it's essential to approach their recommendations critically, considering personal preferences. What is one of your favorite clothing items? One of my favorite clothing items is my denim jacket. It's versatile, and I can wear it with almost anything, making it a staple piece in my wardrobe. I find it interesting that, what do you think about fashion trends? I find it interesting that fashion trends can vary so significantly across different cultures. Each culture brings its unique perspective, which influences global fashion in fascinating ways. It's fascinating to see, how do fashion shows influence the industry? It's fascinating to see how fashion shows set the tone for upcoming trends. Designers showcase their creativity, which often filters down to mainstream fashion, influencing what we see in stores. I'm looking forward to, what are you excited about in the fashion world? I'm looking forward to seeing how sustainable practices continue to evolve in the fashion industry. As more brands prioritize eco-friendly materials, I believe it will lead to a positive shift in consumer habits. I often find that, how do you choose your outfits? I often find that planning my outfits in advance helps me feel more confident and organized. It allows me to ensure that I have the right pieces for various occasions. What I like most is, what do you appreciate in clothing design? What I like most is the attention to detail in clothing design. Small elements, like unique stitching or intricate patterns, can elevate a simple piece and make it truly special. I appreciate, what qualities do you look for in clothing? I appreciate quality craftsmanship in clothing. Well-made items tend to last longer and maintain their appearance, making them a better investment in the long run. I've always been interested in, what sparked your interest in fashion? I've always been interested in fashion because of its ability to express individuality. Seeing how people interpret style has inspired me to explore my own fashion journey. From my perspective, how do you view the impact of fashion on society? From my perspective, fashion has a significant impact on society by shaping cultural identities and social norms. It can empower individuals and influence societal changes. I believe that it's essential to, what do you think about fashion education? I believe that it's essential to educate people about sustainable fashion practices. Understanding the impact of our clothing choices can lead to more responsible consumer behavior. I would say that, how do you feel about personal style? I would say that personal style is a crucial aspect of self-expression. It allows individuals to communicate their identity and creativity through their clothing choices. To me, it seems that, what do you think about the future of fashion? To me, it seems that the future of fashion will be heavily influenced by technology and sustainability. Innovations like virtual try-ons and eco-friendly fabrics will likely shape how we shop and consume fashion. I'm not particularly fond of, are there any clothing styles you dislike? I'm not particularly fond of overly trendy styles that sacrifice comfort for aesthetics. I believe that clothing should be enjoyable to wear, not just visually appealing. I really enjoy, what do you enjoy most about dressing up? I really enjoy the process of putting together an outfit for special occasions. It gives me a chance to showcase my style and creativity, making the event feel even more special.
One thing I really like is, what is a key element in your wardrobe? One thing I really like is versatility in my clothing. I prefer pieces that can be styled in multiple ways, allowing me to create different looks without needing a large wardrobe. I prefer, because, what types of clothing do you buy more often? I prefer buying classic pieces because they never go out of style and can be worn for many years. Timeless items make my wardrobe more cohesive and easier to manage. It's common to see that. What trends do you notice in fashion today? It's common to see that comfort-driven styles are becoming more popular. With the rise of remote work and casual lifestyles, people are gravitating towards clothing that balances style and comfort. I've noticed that. How has your style changed over time? I've noticed that my style has evolved to embrace more sustainable and ethical brands. As I've become more aware of environmental issues, I've shifted my purchasing habits accordingly. It reminds me of, how do certain clothing pieces evoke memories? Certain clothing pieces remind me of special moments or people in my life. For instance, wearing a particular sweater reminds me of family gatherings during the holidays, making it a cherished item in my wardrobe. I usually try to. How do you approach shopping for clothes? I usually try to research brands and materials before making a purchase. This helps me ensure that I am choosing items that are not only stylish but also ethically made. In terms of, what are the key elements of your style? In terms of my style, I focus on a balance of comfort and sophistication. I enjoy outfits that allow for freedom of movement while still looking polished and put together. I feel that, how important is personal expression in fashion? I feel that personal expression is crucial in fashion. It allows individuals to showcase their identity and creativity through the clothes they choose to wear. When it comes to, what do you prioritize in your wardrobe? When it comes to my wardrobe, I prioritize versatility. I prefer pieces that can be dressed up or down, making them suitable for various occasions. I would argue that, what is your opinion on the impact of fashion on culture? I would argue that fashion significantly influences culture by reflecting societal values and trends. It can act as a mirror, showcasing what is important to different communities at various times. I'm quite passionate about, what fashion causes do you support? I'm quite passionate about promoting sustainable fashion. I believe it's essential for the industry to adopt more eco-friendly practices to protect our planet. It's worth mentioning that, what do you think about fashion history? It's worth mentioning that fashion history is fascinating, as it reveals how societal changes influence clothing trends over time. Understanding this context enhances our appreciation of current styles. I generally prefer, what types of clothing do you enjoy wearing? I generally prefer timeless pieces that remain stylish regardless of changing trends. This approach helps me build a more cohesive and lasting wardrobe. I tend to believe that, how do you view the role of trends in fashion? I tend to believe that while trends can be fun, it's important to stay true to your personal style. Following trends blindly can lead to a wardrobe filled with items that don't resonate with you. In my experience, how do you find good quality clothing? In my experience, researching brands and reading reviews before purchasing helps me find high-quality clothing. It's essential to invest in pieces that will last. I find that, how does clothing affect your mood? I find that wearing outfits I feel good in can greatly impact my mood and confidence. Clothing can influence how we perceive ourselves and how others perceive us. I'm a big fan of, what do you enjoy most about fashion? I'm a big fan of the creativity involved in fashion. The ability to mix and match different elements to create a unique look is something I truly enjoy. I've always enjoyed, what aspects of fashion do you find appealing? I've always enjoyed the storytelling aspect of fashion. Every outfit can convey a message or evoke a certain emotion, allowing for a rich narrative through clothing. One aspect I appreciate is, what do you value in clothing? One aspect I appreciate is the craftsmanship behind clothing. Well-made items not only look better but also feel better to wear, enhancing the overall experience.
I find it quite rewarding too. How do you feel about sustainable practices in fashion? I find it quite rewarding to support brands that prioritize sustainable practices. Knowing that my choices contribute to a healthier planet makes my shopping experience more meaningful. I believe it's important to. What is your perspective on ethical fashion? I believe it's important to raise awareness about ethical fashion. Consumers should be informed about the impact of their purchases on workers and the environment to make better choices. I've been involved in. How have you contributed to the fashion community? I've been involved in local initiatives that promote sustainable fashion, such as clothing swaps and educational workshops. These experiences allow me to share my passion and help others make conscious choices. What stands out to me is: what do you notice about current fashion trends? What stands out to me is the increasing emphasis on sustainability in fashion. Many brands are now prioritizing eco-friendly materials and ethical production practices, which is encouraging to see. I think it's great that. What positive changes have you observed in fashion? I think it's great that more designers are embracing diversity in their collections. This shift allows for a broader representation of styles and body types, making fashion more inclusive. I see a lot of value in. How do you view vintage clothing? I see a lot of value in vintage clothing. Not only is it often of higher quality, but it also carries a unique history that modern pieces lack, making it a sustainable and stylish choice. I often think about: what influences your clothing choices? I often think about how my clothing choices impact the environment. This consideration encourages me to opt for more sustainable options whenever possible. I usually prefer. What is your go-to outfit for casual occasions? I usually prefer wearing athleisure because it allows me to feel comfortable while still looking put together. It's versatile enough for both workouts and casual outings. I have a strong opinion about. What do you think about fast fashion? I have a strong opinion about fast fashion. I believe it promotes a cycle of overconsumption that harms both the environment and labor conditions. Awareness is key to combating this issue. It's fascinating to me that. What trends do you find intriguing? It's fascinating to me that fashion cycles often repeat themselves. Styles from decades ago can re-emerge, reflecting changing cultural contexts and aesthetics. I find it difficult to. What challenges do you face in maintaining your wardrobe? I find it difficult to maintain a clutter-free wardrobe. With so many styles and trends, it's easy to accumulate items that I rarely wear, making organization a constant challenge. I really admire. What aspects of fashion do you respect? I really admire designers who prioritize ethical practices and transparency in their production processes. Their commitment to responsible fashion is inspiring and sets a standard for the industry. What's particularly interesting is: how do you view the relationship between fashion and technology? What's particularly interesting is the way technology is shaping the fashion industry, from virtual fitting rooms to innovative fabric technologies that enhance sustainability and performance. I have a tendency to. How do you feel about trying new styles? I have a tendency to stick to classic styles, but I also challenge myself to try new trends occasionally. This balance allows me to stay current without losing my personal aesthetic. It makes sense that. Why do you think certain styles become popular? It makes sense that certain styles become popular due to cultural influences and social media. Trends can spread rapidly in today's digital age, impacting how we perceive and adopt fashion. I feel strongly that. What is your view on personal style? I feel strongly that personal style is a vital form of self-expression. Everyone should have the freedom to showcase their individuality through their clothing choices. I've always found. What do you enjoy most about fashion? I've always found the transformative power of fashion to be captivating. The right outfit can change how we feel about ourselves and how others perceive us. One thing I dislike is. What trends do you find unappealing? One thing I dislike is overly complicated designs that sacrifice comfort for style. I believe clothing should be enjoyable to wear, not just visually striking. It's essential to highlight that. What do you think about the importance of sustainability? It's essential to highlight that sustainability in fashion is not just a trend, it's a necessity. The industry must adapt to reduce its environmental impact for future generations. I appreciate the fact that. What positive changes have you seen in the fashion industry? I appreciate the fact that many brands are becoming more transparent about their production processes. This shift helps consumers make informed decisions and encourages ethical practices. I would love to. What are your fashion aspirations? I would love to see more initiatives that promote body positivity and inclusivity in fashion. It's crucial for everyone to feel represented and valued in the industry. It's common knowledge that. How do you view trends in fashion? It's common knowledge that trends often recycle every few decades. Understanding this can help us appreciate the evolution of styles and avoid unnecessary consumption. I look forward to. What are you excited about in the future of fashion? I look forward to the continued innovation in sustainable fabrics. As technology advances, I hope to see more environmentally friendly options available in mainstream fashion. I'm often inspired by. Who influences your fashion choices? I'm often inspired by individuals who express their uniqueness through fashion. Whether it's through street style or high fashion, seeing creativity in different forms motivates me to explore my style. I would recommend. What advice would you give someone interested in fashion? I would recommend exploring different styles and experimenting with your wardrobe. Fashion is all about personal expression, so don't be afraid to try new things until you find what resonates with you. I tend to spend my time. How do you enjoy engaging with fashion? I tend to spend my time browsing fashion blogs and social media for inspiration. They often provide fresh ideas and insights into current trends and styles. I usually find myself. What do you do when you're unsure about an outfit? I usually find myself trying on multiple combinations before settling on an outfit. This process helps me feel more confident about my choices for the day. I consider it important to. What values do you think should be emphasized in fashion? I consider it important to emphasize the values of sustainability and ethics in fashion. Educating consumers about these issues can lead to more responsible choices and a positive impact on the industry.